Welcome everyone. Our today's topic is life processes in living organisms, and this is a part 2 video of this lesson, class 9. Student, for part 1 video of this lesson you can check my description. You can check the link in description box below. Alright, so let's start. Let's recap from part 1 video. Okay, so by the process of transportation, that is the transportation is a process by which a substance either synthesized, that is synthesized or absorbed in one part of the body reaches another. Okay, that means the we can take an example of a food, like a food which is prepared in the leaf. So that food is produced in the or synthesized in the leaf, and that is transported to each and every part of the plant from top to bottom. And root pressure. So what is root pressure? So root pressure in plants is a force that helps to derive fluids upward into the water conducting vessel, that is xylem. So basically this root pressure helps to push the water or mineral from roots to top of the plant. And transpiration. So plants give out water in the form of a vapor through the stomata which are present on their leaves, and this process is known as a transpiration. So simple language we can say transpiration is a losing or releasing of a water from the leaves of a plants. Alright, so do you know the oak tree releases about 1,51,000 liters of water into the air by the process of transpiration in 1 year, whereas a maize crop in an area of 1 acre gives about 11,400 to 15,100 liters of water per day. So this is a process by which this much amount of water is releasing, this much liter of water is releasing from oak tree and maize. Okay, now our main topic is transportation of food and other substances in a plant. Alright, that means how the food material and how the water and minerals are transported from one part of the body to the another part of a plant. Alright, so here you can observe the picture on the screen in which you can observe the photosynthesis process. Okay, we know that plants preparing their own food by the process of photosynthesis, but in the presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide and water, and at the end of the photosynthesis the food material or glucose has been prepared, and along with food material oxygen also releases during this process of photosynthesis. Okay, so the food or glucose produced in leaves is transported to each cell in the plant body, and excess of food except amino acid is stored in roots, fruits and seeds. That means the excess of glucose is stored in the roots of the plant, fruits and seeds of the plant, but amino acid is not storing. Okay, and this process is known as the translocation of material. So it is carried out in both the upward and downward direction by the phloem. So you can observe the picture of a tray in which you can see that how the gases, water, mineral and food material like sugar, it is transported from upward to downward. Okay. So the translocation of a material is not a simple physical process, and this need energy. That means the food material, gases and water and mineral, for transporting them the energy, plant require energy, and it requires energy, and this energy is obtained from ATP. So what is ATP? This is the energy currency of a plant, and the full form is adenosine triphosphate. Alright. So student, you can observe here one picture in transportation of plants. In plants, like you can see here, water and minerals are taken up by the roots, and glucose moves down to the growing root, and glucose move up to the growing bud. Okay, so whenever the food material like sucrose or glucose is transported towards a part of a plant via the phloem with the help of a ATP, the water concentrations decreasing in that part. That means whenever in the part of a plant where the food material or water has been transported, so in that particular part the concentration or amount of a water is decreases. Okay, and as a result water enters the cell by the process of diffusion. That means from the adjacent from the adjacent cell, the water diffusion, that means the water will enter into the part in which the concentration of water is less. Okay, and the pressure on the cell wall increases due to the increase in cellular contents like water or sugar. Okay, and due to the increase in pressure, food is pushed into the neighboring cells where the pressure is low, and this process helps the phloem to transport the material as per the need of the plant. And during flowering season, the sugar stored in the roots or stem is transported towards the floral buds to make them open and blossom. So this is how the transportation of any material like food, mineral and water has been taken by the plant. So here you can observe the picture of a diffusion, before diffusion and after diffusion. Okay, so you can observe that the water or any like food material, water is entering to the adjacent cell where the concentration of water is low. That means the water will flow from higher concentration to lower concentration just to attain the equilibrium condition. All right, so this is basically the diffusion. Alright, so excretion. So like in a human body or any of the living cell, excretion, the accumulation of the waste material should be excreted out from the body. Alright, so in the plants also the excretion takes place, but this is a little different process. So let's see how the excretion takes place in the plants. Alright, so excretion in plants. So excretion is a simpler process in plants than in animals. That means in animals the process of excretion is very complicated, but in plant it is very simple. And there is no special organ or system for excretion in the plants. Gaseous substances are given out by the diffusion. That means by the process of transpiration the gaseous material will exchange, and most of the waste substances of plants are stored in vacuoles of a leaf. So this is a leaf, and in plant cell you can observe here the vacuole. So what is a vacuole? This is a space within the plant cell, like we can say like garbage bag. This vacuole is work as a garbage bag. That means when extra waste material during the cellular reaction has which is the waste material which has been produced during the cellular reaction has been stored in the vacuole. Okay, like waste material, and then it will be secreted out. So fruits and the bark of the stem, and after some times these parts fall off, and some other waste material are stored in old and worn xylem in the form of resin and gum, and some waste material are also given out through roots in the surrounding soil. So this is a gum, and in left hand side picture you can observe the latex of the plant. So this is all are the waste material which has been secreted out by the plant. Alright, so in some plants waste material are present in the form of a crystal of a calcium oxalate, and they are called as a raphites. You can observe here needle-like needle-like structure of a calcium oxalate, and these are called as the raphites. And as they are needle shaped, they prickle and cause irritation of the skin. That means when touching this crystal of a calcium oxalate, they give a irritation on the skin. And some waste material of a plant are useful to human, for example gum, resins and latex of a rubber. So you can observe here the resins. These are the not harmful, these are the useful substance for the human being. And you can observe here the elephant foot, and this is the arum leaf. So these all are the waste. So on this the waste material has been, like on touching the arum leaves and elephant foot, our hand may also begin to itch if you try to cut those leaves. That means on these substance of these leaves and elephant food, the waste material of the plants are there. That's why they gives us irritation on the skin. So student, this is all about this video, and next part of the video we will continue in our next session. I hope you all have understood whatever I have taught you in today's video. Thank you.